welcome back. Beautiful scenes here. Lovely day in Melbourne on Foster's Caulfield Cup Day. And for those still desperately trying to figure out who you're going to back, the lucky saddlecloths over the 123 years of racing. Number 13 has won 9 times. That's Nina Haraka today. Number 1 on 8 occasions, the favourite Sky Heights. Last winning back in 1967 with the famous Tobin Bronze. And number 4 has won also 8 times. That's Referral, and Referral be coming out of Barrier 5, which has won the most times as well, 6 occasions. Barrier 15 yet to provide a winner. Josh Dix will be hoping to break that hoodoo today. All right, forget about what we think up here as far as luck's concerned. I'm going to stick with Sky Heights myself, number 1. The favourite, Ralph. Forget about what we think, though. What does Brett Allison think? He's tipped the last 2 trifectas.
Well, Brett Allison certainly is the man, Eddie. Just before we get to Brett T, we're down to $200. Now, you need some money for the last race, but we're going to have a bit of a lash in the Caulfield Cup. Which way are we going to go?
Yeah, we've got that there, mate. We've got a trifecta here, 1, 8, 9, 13 and 15, a box on that one. And I'm going to put $50 on number 8 and $20 on number 9.
OK, so you're going for Inner Flurry there and LA Suez. Yep. Brett, all of Melbourne, all of Australia, all of the world is hanging on. Who are we backing in this race in the Foster's Caulfield Cup?
Yeah, look, we're gonna try 2 box trifectas in this one, Ralphie. We'll have 1, 7, 9, 14 and 17. And the second one will have 1, 9, 12, 16 and 8. And we'll have $20 each way on LA Suez.
All right, a little bit on LA Suez there for Brett, but he has been the trifecta king. Down here, as far as the other punters are concerned, obviously Sky Heights still rock solid in the betting. It is clearly the favourite. On the second line of betting, we have LA Suez, then Inner Flurry, and further out to Arena. The punters think Darren Gauci may have got the decision wrong. He had the choice, of course, between Arena and Inner Flurry. The best backed of the, I suppose, the outsiders there, Referral continues to be spec'd at good odds, and the outsiders, for those having the sweep, Married Paw and Rose of War are the 2 roughest horses. Back to you, Simon O'Donnell.
People are getting pretty friendly down there with Ralphie, and why wouldn't they? Brett Allison absolutely on fire, Kent.
He wants to make sure they don't put their hand in Brett Allison's pocket. Anyway, here's our tips. My tips are 1, 4, 9. Sky Heights Referral, which I think is a great value, and at number 9, LA Suez for 3rd.
There's Darren Beedman, likes LA Suez, Sky Heights, and also Arena. I'm very keen on Labille, the Zabille filly from Sky Heights, or Zabille mare, I should say, Sky Heights in the Colin Alderson camp. And with this softer ground, Lahar, I think, is somewhat of an each-way chance. And Simon Marshall, he's very keen on Sky Heights, LA Suez, and number 17, Light Work from the John Hawkes camp. Well, one of the unlucky riders who won't be out there in the Caulfield Cup this afternoon with the scratching of Lady Elsie during the week, or that she wasn't qualified. Shane Dye was probably one of the first to hear and one of the most upset. Shane, welcome. Pity you're not out there. You would have loved to have been out there.
Yeah, I would have been riding the hind. They wanted to wait till Wednesday, but I contacted the VATC and we all thought she'd have a run, so I told them Monday I'm going to ride her, and they would have waited. But never mind, I wasn't meant to ride in it, and we've got to find the winner.
Shane, how's the track playing?
It's a funny track. It's definitely not slow, but it's not dead. It's on the worst side of dead. They were winning out wide earlier on, and now they're winning back on the fence because they cut the outside up now.
Well, Shane, no nerves for you today, but I'm sure there's some out in the mounting yard with all the jockeys for the Caulfield Cup, and Simon Marshall is our man on the spot right now.
Thank you, Simon. Starting with Damien Oliver. Damien, you've been in this position 3 times. You've won the Caulfield Cup. You're riding the favourite this year, Sky Heights. Any butterflies?
No, not really, Simon. Yeah, horses, I've ridden him many times, and he's a pretty easy horse to ride, so I just can't wait for the race.
You think he's probably had the best preparation going into the Caulfield Cup?
Yeah, everything's gone 100%. Nothing's gone wrong at all, and a little bit of soft ground plays in his favour, so let's hope he has a trouble-free run.
You haven't got a speech in the pocket?
No, not at all.
Good luck, Dane. Lance O'Sullivan, you're riding Marred Paul, the import, and he's an interesting runner.
Yes, Simon, we virtually know very little about him, what sort of position he'll take up in the race or anything like that, so we're taking him on trust. He's an English import, and, we know if they get here and fire, they're definitely good enough anyway.
All the very best, Lance. Darren Gauci, you're riding Arena, and the track's dried up a little bit, which is going to help your chances today.
Well, it has, Simon. Track is probably on the good side of slow. They've rated it dead, but a few patches it probably won't help him, but just ride the horse to suit the horse, and I'm sure he'll run great race.
Good luck, Darren. Corey Brown, you're riding Referral, and he's got a great turn of foot. He's a fantastic miler, and he's right in this race. Yeah, especially now the track's dried up. He gets his chance today. He's drawn good. Everything's going right for him, so he gets his chance. Good luck, Cause. Natural Willie, you're riding the hind for the Hayes Dynasty, and he's a great chance. He's going to run the trip out pretty well.
Without doubt, he's great asset is he can stay. He'll be very strong at the finish.
Good luck, Nash. Brian, you're riding Vita Man, won the Metropolitan in fantastic style there last start, and well, you can't leave him out, really.
No, you can't, Simon. He's in the best form he's ever been in. The only concern is the track condition.
Okay, Brian, all the best. Roddy Quinn, your Joss Dix, he's a great campaigner.
Yeah, he's a great old racehorse, and he always does his best. If we can get a bit of luck early, he'll be there to finish.
All the best, mate. Larry, you're riding In a Flurry. Great pickup on In a Flurry. She settles today. She's got the brilliance to win this race.
Yeah, most definitely. 4-year-old mares have a good record on the race, and she can sprint a bit too, so she's definitely got a good chance.
All the best, Lackers. Brett Preble, you're riding LA Suez for Bart. He's second in line in the betting, and he's got to be a great chance, Brett.
He's a super ride, Simon, and a little touch of luck, and he's got to be in the finish.
I think you'll make your own, won't you?
That's it.
That's what it's all about. Gregory Michael Hall, you're riding Lahar, and she's very consistent.
Oh, I give her a wonderful chance, Simon. Wonderful chance. Splendid chance she'll have, indeed.
I'm going to leave you right there. Jimmy Cassidy, C-School, you've ridden a double to date so far. He's a bit of an outsider.
Yeah, he's an outsider, Simon, but he's run the trip as a 3-year-old, so a little bit of luck and running, who knows?
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Ring-a-ding-ding, go hard.
Okay, here we go, Mickey Cale. You got a great chance in the race too. Figurehead, he sits on the speed.
Yeah, he'll be thereabouts, Simon. He's an improving horse, handles the soft ground. He'll be thereabouts, I think.
Okay, Greg Childs, we might finish up with you with Nina Haraka. Good chance?
Yeah, been very consistent of late. Ran second here in the Toorak. We're looking to go one better today.
All right, Greg, Young, grab your helmet and your whip there. The couple of words from the boys. Here's Simon O'Donnell. The mounting yard, the pressure, looks a magnificent sight. We'll head back to you.
Yeah, some very cool, calm jockeys, I thought, there out in the middle of the saddling enclosure. And one of the things that's become a norm with big races now is that the head steward, Des Gleeson, makes an address to all the competing jockeys. He looked cool and calm a little earlier as he spoke to all the jockeys competing in the Caulfield Cup.
And it is important that it is run with a minimum of interference so that each horse has the opportunity to perform to its best. All riders throughout the race must ensure, if they're going to shift ground either inwards or outwards, that they're 2 lengths clear of the horses behind them. And that's so important in the run down the straight the first time. And if the rider shifts in to obtain a position closer to the rail, as I said, he must ensure he's 2 lengths clear of the horse behind him. And if in the run home, when the horse is shifting ground under pressure, if the horse is not clear of the runners behind him, the rider must stop riding and make a genuine effort to straighten his mount. Because you can be sure that if any rider causes interference through carelessness, the stewards will show no leniency whatsoever. Riders can expect a long term of suspension, and in addition, the stewards would also considering imposing fines up to the maximum of $75,000 for those riders that do breach the rules. We also ask that the winning rider save the victory celebrations till after passing the winning post. We will not tolerate victory salutes or any antics prior to the end of the race. Do you understand that? Now, the club wishes to introduce all you riders to the public, and I'd ask you to be prepared to make your way to the mounting yards in 2 or 3 minutes so that you can be presented to this huge crowd here today. Also, we'd like you to parade in order in the mounting yard and then proceed up the straight in order a couple of lengths apart for the big crowd to see all horses here today. Now, we wish you a good, safe ride, and may the best horse and rider win. Thank you.
Yes, Des Gleeson there, the chairman of stewards, speaking to all the competing jockeys in the 1999 Foster's Caulfield Cup. It should be an absolute beauty. The horses are in the yard, and let's start with number 1, Sky Heights, Ken.
Yeah, well, his 5th run last time in, he won the AJC Derby. This is the 5th run of this preparation. He won the Blamey Stakes last start. I just think he's getting better with each run. Sky Heights is rangy, good stayer, and he looks as well as I've seen him.
Number 2 from the Michael Moroney stable is Married Porsche.
Form in England's only been fair. He's more a 2-miler and he doesn't like the rain-affected going, so everything's against him today. This is his first run in Australia, so he's going to be a very interesting runner.
And they've added the nose roll to his equipment for today's race as well. Number 3 is Arena from the John Hort stable, Darren.
Yep, he's got great form behind Tie the Knot. Good last start, second in the Craven Plate. Blinkers, they pulled him off last start, and it seemed to just sort of change his thought pattern a little bit. But he can run out a strong 1.5 miles. He's definitely one of the main hopes.
Number 4 in the Foster's Caulfield Cup is Referral, all the way from Sydney, Corey Brown to ride.
Yeah, Referral looks like a bag of bones. Now, I don't say that nasty because that's how he looks all the time. And, you know, if you looked at him, you'd say, gee, he's not such a... He doesn't carry much condition. He doesn't look a great type. But that's how he always looks. And you've only got to look at his winning record. He's had 19 starts for 9 wins and he's won almost $1 million in prize money. And as he goes past us, he looks fit for the job, which is what counts.
Yes, certainly he does look fit for the job. And so does number 5, the Hind. Shane, you'd love to be on board, you're not, but do you think he's got a good chance?
He's definitely got a good chance. His run in the Herbert Power last Saturday was very, very good. He got held up turning for home. His sectional times are very good. He's got a good barrier. He's going to get a good run, about 3-4 back on the fence. This horse will run it right out. He is a definite rough chance in the race.
Number 6, all the way down from Sydney again, is Vitaman, last start winner of the Metrop, Darren.
Yep, he's drawn gate 19, drawn out a little bit wide, but he does take up a forward position. He hasn't got good gate speed out of the gates, but he does wind up and does roll along a pretty good clip. Expect him up near the front. He looks, he's won his last 3, so he's in good form.
Ken, number 7 is Josh Dix, one of the old timers of the field.
Yeah, lovely, relaxed old horse, 7-year-old. He's walking around the enclosure here without a care in the world, and his condition and his appearance are a credit to his trainer, Robert Pearce. Look, if there's a fairy tale story, Robert has only got a few horses in work, and I just love to see him when he's done a fabulous job with this horse, and he looks the part today.
He certainly does look the part. Those number 7, Josh Dix. Number 8 is In a Flurry. Shane, she's just got to settle.
Yeah, that's the key to her settling. Now, she looks very relaxed here today, and she can sweat up a bit. The trouble's the 2,400 metres, whether she will run it or not. She hasn't been over it, and Larry Cassidy's going to have a handful settling her. If she does settle back in the field a bit, she's a chance.
Number 9 is LA Suez, the winner of the 1,600 metre Group 1 Epsom at his last start, and Bart Cummings can never be underestimated.
No, Bart's 6 cups. Hopefully it'll be 7 today. And his last start win, we got a long way back and got timed to perfection by Johnny Marshall. Brett Preble takes over today. He's just starting to sweat up a little bit behind this horse, but he's a big, as you can see, a big, long, loose, striding horse. Yeah, he's going to have a super chance in the race.
Number 10, again down from Sydney, to be ridden by Greg Hall, is Laha.
Yeah, 5-year-old grey mare. It'll be a long while since a grey mare's probably won the Caulfield Cup. But she's nice and relaxed. She's a good stayer, and I think she's one of the underrated runners of this race. She'll find this more to her liking than the Epsom. And remember, in Brisbane in the winter, she finished second to Wintergaze in the Doomben Cup.
Shane, Jimmy Cassidy looking for a treble on C School, number 11.
Yeah, I rode him in the South Australian Derby, this horse, and he should have won it. The 2,400 metres isn't going to be a problem. Now, his run last start in New Zealand, I've seen it on video. I thought he was a little bit disappointing.
The Cranbourne Cup winner is number 12, and that is Figurehead, to be ridden by Michael Carl.
Yep, he's only a little fella, this 4-year-old, but it was the ride that won the race last start. The Cranbourne Cup was a brilliant ride by Nasrullah. Michael Carl takes over board today. He's not without a chance. Shane, you won on him in Brisbane?
It was the same sort of track, Darren. It was rain affected like this. In the 2,400 metres, he ran second in the Derby on the same sort of track.
Number 13 with all the owners is Nina Haraka.
Yeah, I had in my mind that this mare was bigger than she actually is, but she's a nice type and she's just a touch on the toe, but you know, she's got the right size motor in her, and she's certainly ready for the job today.
Number 14, Shane, is Rogan Josh from the Bart Cummings camp.
Yeah, good win the other day. Beat the Hind, but had all the breaks in the race when the Hind was getting held up a bit. Did run second in the Perth Cup. I think he will struggle today.
Darren, the mare Rose of War is number 15 and hasn't been able to find much form of late.
No, she's been quite out of form. The best she's done is 5th placing 2 starts back, just in a listed race, and she's really struggling to find form. Really, mares, they need to be in form, and she's not at that at the moment.
Number 16 is Labille, a daughter of Zabil, used to be trained by Leon Corsons, now with John Sattler.
Yeah, and I know that you've had a couple of dollars on us, Simon, and well, I don't think you'd be disappointed with her appearance. Her recent form's quite good. She doesn't mind the edge being off the track, and she's got a definite chance.
An enormous run in the Cranbourne Cup from number 17, Light Work, Shane.
Yeah, definitely should have won, there's no doubt about it. She ran very, very well in the AJC Oaks this year. She just ran in behind them. If you forget her last few runs before the other day, she's probably the lightweight with the best chance.
And number 18, Miss Danehill.
Yes, from the Lee Friedman camp, and his horses are always, you know, when they're in big races, you can never put it past him. Queensland Oaks winner throughout the winter, but this last couple of runs have been pretty impressive. A good fourth in the Metrop. Only beaten about just under a length, so you know that she can run the trip, Simon.
Well, Damien Oliver has an enormous job today in the Caulfield Cup. There's loads of expectation sitting on his shoulders. He's riding the favourite Sky Heights, and he has taken us through the Caulfield Cup and tactics at certain stages of the race and where he would like to be. Here's what he had to say.
Of the race from this point.
Go Remus wins the cup from Count Jibas ahead away third Moa.
Here's Damien Oliver giving us a good run through about the tactics needed to win a Caulfield Cup. I wonder if he can win the Caulfield Cup of 1999. Let's see what the punters think and have a look at the totes, Ken.
Okay, the tote Sky Heights has firmed a little now into a more realistic price, $3.90. The imported horse Married Poor is at $51, Arena at $10, Referral at $15, The Hind at $21, Vita Man at $18, Jostix at $35, Inner Flurry at $10. We go over the page to LA Suez at $7.10, Lahar at $28, Sea Squill at $41, Figurehead at $35, Nina Haraka at $13, Rogan Josh $19, $45 for Rosa War, $14 for Lay Beale, TAB number 17 Light Work at $28, and Miss Danehill at $37.
Well, we saw some pictures earlier about the frenzied activity that was going on out in the betting ring. I hope we can find Racetrack Ralphie, because his trio has been having a fair bit of luck, particularly Brett Allison.
Well, Brett Allison has turned $500 into nearly $5,000. The boys have gone out to take up their vantage position. Of course, Brett Allison just knocking up backing trifectas, so hopefully he can get it again in the Caulfield Cup. As far as the punters are concerned, Sky Heights, well, obviously favourite, but by gee, the bookies bet some very generous odds, and now he's been snapped up. Sky Heights, Damien Oliver going for his 4th Caulfield Cup, and the punters are very, very confident about him. As I said, better odds than expected, not anymore. On the second line of betting, LA Suez. No horse has ever won the Epsom Handicap and the Caulfield Cup in the 1 year. Bart Cummings thinks he may be the horse to do it for him. He's on the second line of betting from Inner Flurry, who's been backed in, of course. The confidence would have come from the fact that with a dead track, she is able to wear pacifiers. That's the third line of betting. Then you're out to Arena. As I said earlier, Darren Gauci had the choice between Arena and In a Flurry. He chose Arena. That's the fourth line of betting. Further out to Labille and Referral has been specced in from pretty good odds. The two outsiders, Married Poor and Rosevoir. Married Poor, of course, similar odds to last year's imported horse, Torfin's Melody, who of course won the race, and Rosevoir, trained by Lee Freeman, who's won 3 Caulfield Cups in the 90s. So there's not a complete despised outsider, if you like, Simon, but just in summary, once again, Sky Heights, very solid favourite.
Yes, no doubt. Sky Heights, we would all expect to be one of the very solid favourites here for this Caulfield Cup. Track conditions seem to suit. All seems to be going his way. Let's quickly now go around to Simon Marshall and see what he thinks of the horses and how they're behaving on their way to the gates for the 99 Caulfield Cup.
Yes, and what a lot of atmosphere when you work your horses down to the barriers here at the start of the top of the straight for the Caulfield Cup. The crowd's very vocal. A lot of the horses get a little bit fizzed up, but when they whiz around to the 600 and a half mile, they've stretched their legs and they're nice and relaxed. Just walking up to LA Suez here, and he's nice and relaxed. He had a lovely little warm-up coming around here. Brady Preble's giving him a pat, and, well, geez, is he fit, 110% fit. Sky Heights is just trotting towards me now. He's had a nice warm-up. Damien Oliver seems to be very comfortable on board there. Yeah, well, he's a very fit horse, isn't he, Sky Heights? Mardpaw, the import, he worked around beautifully. He got a little bit revved up with the crowd, but he's okay. Arena, he always has a good stretch around, going around to the barriers. He's one of the last coming back to the barriers at the moment, but he looks super. In a Flurry, she is fantastic. She's nice and relaxed. Larry Cassidy's just walking around next to me here, and, you know, she can get fizzed up race days, but I tell you, Colin Alderson said she's been in a happy place all week and she looks fine. She's got a crossover noseband which will help her relax today as well. You happy with her, Larry? Yeah, she's nice and relaxed. All clear from Larry Cassidy. Referral also looks spot on. A lot of these horses, guys, are absolutely tuned to the minute. Not one of them played up coming around to the barriers, so it sets the scene for a cracking Caulfield Cup. Back to you, boys.
Thanks very much, Simon. Shane, look, everyone, all the jockeys look relaxed in the mounting up when they were introduced to the public here at Caulfield and to us on the Wide World of Sports. What are they thinking there now?
Well, a bloke like Damien Oliver knows what he's got to do, so he won't be nervous. He's a gifted rider. He's a very, very good rider, and he's handled pressure before, and he's under pressure a lot all the time, so he can handle it. He knows what he's got to do. But then you'll take a jockey like Michael Carl or Brett Preble, haven't had many rides in that. Brett's on one of the favourites, and he's riding for Bart Cummings. Now, there's no doubt he'll be a little bit nervous going into a race like this.
Those nerves, how much do they take over? I mean, really, I think we should expect that the good professional jockeys, when the gates open, then really what they've been taught, all their skill then takes over.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. If you make a mistake in a race, a bloke like a Damien Oliver or Jimmy Castillo or myself, it's not through nerves. It's because you think you've made the right decision at the time. Once those gates open, you're just riding a normal race.
Yes, Sky Heights is into 370 now as we look at the market movers in from 410. LA Suez pretty solid around the $7 mark, $7.20. In a Flurry, $9.80 to $9.90. Not much change there. Arena solid at $10. Nina Haraka at $13. And Leigh Beale carrying Simon O'Donnell's money is at $14.
Only just solid. It wasn't my money that made it stay solid. Not many more to go in here for the Foster's Caulfield Cup of 1999. And you can see all the crowd there at the start of the 2,400 metres that is in the straight here at Caulfield. Simon, there's plenty of people milling around.
Yes, no doubt about that, Simon. Damien just give Sky Heights a little tap around the tail. He wants him to begin and really race forward going out of the straight this time. Let's go to Gregory Miles for the call of the 1999 Caulfield Cup.
Miss Danehill is set. Field is ready. Lahar a little edgy. Racing. Sky Heights began okay. Arena snagged at the start. LA Suez got away well. So did Lahar on the inside with Labille in the hind. Nina Haraka got away quickly with light work. Pace from the outside from Miss Danehill. She's shooting for the lead early. Joss Dix was prominent too. A great charge. Joss Dix got tightened a little there and lost ground as Miss Danehill came across. Rogan Josh very wide turning out of the straight now. Arena's last and out they go with Miss Danehill cutting over to lead them. Rogan Josh booting up to second, and Light Workers prominent third. Vitaman on the pace too with Lahar. They're followed then by Sky Heights getting into a good place about sixth on the outside. Next is Nina Haraka between horses. A length and a half. LA Suez working forward but wide from Inner Flurry. Over on the inside is Labille from Rosa War. A length and a half. Referral on the inside from Joss Dixon Figurehead. A length further back in the field then Sea Squid out wide from the hind Married Poor, and 2 lengths Arena. At the 1400 metre mark now, and Vitaman is pulling his way up on the outside to join Miss Danehill with Rogan Josh a length away third. A length and a half further back is Lightwork having a good run over on the inside. A length further back is Sky Heights. Behind him, one further back then Lahar on the inside of LA Suez, being followed by Inner Flurry, who's outside Nina Haraka. One Labille, Rosa War, and next a length away is Jostix, followed by Referral a good way back. Then Figurehead and Sea Squill, followed by the hind Married Poor, and Arena last when they went past the 1,000. Vitaman had taken over the running in the Foster's Caulfield Cup. And to the railway side, the Metropolitan winners out by a length to Miss Danehill. 2 lengths to Rogan Josh, and they're followed by Sky Heights and LA Suez the outside. Light Work on the rail. A length further back is Lahar from Nina Haraka. There's Arena taking off from the back, followed by Labille and Inner Flurry, Jostix, Rosa War, Sea Squill. Still well back as Referral from Married Poor, and the hind is last of all in company with Figurehead. Rogan Josh dashed to the lead before the turn. The favourites after him, Sky Heights, Arena and LA Suez run on round the outside, and here comes Labille with her run, and then Inner Flurry as they corner, followed by Lahar. Into the straight, and Rogan Josh sets sail for the run of the judge. 2 lengths in front of Sky Heights, another 2 Labille and Inner Flurry, followed by Arena. At the 200, Rogan Josh in front. Oliver's throwing everything at Sky Heights to get there, and here comes Labille and Inner Flurry. Labille's raced up 100 out to go to the lead with Sky Heights. Labille and Sky Heights at Hammer and Tongo. Labille, Sky Heights to hit the line. Photo. Sky Heights by a nose to Labille. Inner Flurry is third, and then Rogan Josh fourth, followed further back by Rosa War, and behind these were Jostix, Referral. Further back in the field to finish then Lahar the hind, followed by Figurehead, Nina Haraka. Arena well back with Sea Squill, LA Suez, followed by Miss Danehill, Married Poor, Light Work, and Vitaman was last.
Well, the favourites got there. It's a photo, but I think you'll find that number 1, Sky Heights, and there's the photo. Labille has failed to get to him, and Sky Heights has won the Caulfield Cup of 1999. Another one to Damien Oliver. I think that's 4 Caulfield Cups. And as they came down the straight with about 80 metres to go, I thought Labille was sure to grab him, but no, Sky Heights fought back, and look at this hammer and tong. Sky Heights, Damien Oliver riding hands and heels more than with the whip. The horse responded. Stephen Baster getting into Labille, but she just wasn't quite good enough, and never grabbed the other horse. And Sky Heights, to the cheers of the punters, has won the Caulfield Cup of 1999. And as we've come to expect, it was a great Damien Oliver ride. He had him about 5th, strode after the Bart Cummings trained former West Australian, just after straightening, got the better of him, Rogan Josh, halfway down the straight. Here it's still Rogan Josh, but Sky Heights is getting to him. Then it's Labille, and wider out is Inner Flurry. And truly, they're the only 4 horses with a chance over the last 300 metres.
See here, Damien can't hit him anymore because the other horse, he tried to hit him there, and the other horse has come across, so he's just ridden him hands and heels and coasted to the line.
And I think he responded to that, Shane.
He really did. He liked it.
Okay, Damien Oliver is with Simon Marshall, and asking whether he could get at the horse at the finish, Simon.
Yeah, whether he could get at the finish or not, he didn't care. He was a little bit worried about Labille there, Dame, but magnificent, mate. This is your 4th.
Woo! Pay the believers, mate.
That's the way. Dame, you had a gem run through the race. Take us from the half-mile onwards. What were going through your thoughts along the railway side there?
I was following Rogan Josh. He popped out about 3 or 4 wide, and I really wanted to give myself every chance, so I came to the outside and tracked up. I really struggled to get past Rogan Josh.
Yeah.
I eventually wore him down, then Labille came at me. I really thought she had me.
Yeah.
But to this horse's credit, mate, he really dug deep and tried hard.
Were you able to get at him the last 50 when it was tight?
Could only get him down the shoulder, mate, but he wouldn't let it past him.
He's tough and he's hard. He's headed towards the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, he is. You know, he'll run a good race and that. He's just really honest. He doesn't know how to run a bad race.
Yeah, got a little jingle.
Sure is.
Pay the believers, mate. Congratulations. That's your fourth. It's got to be great, Dame. Patsy be watching you at home. Proud, Mum.
Yeah, say hello to my mum and my nan over there in Perth. They'll be watching. Thanks, Mum. This one's for you.
One more Kiwi.
And say good day to everyone at the Mount Henry Tavern over there in Perth, mate. Good on you.
Yeah, I wish everybody the best. Anne-Marie Sparkman, we're heading to you.
Okay, I'm finally here with Colin Alderson now. And Colin, it's taken a long time, a lot of hard work. What's the feeling like today?
Yeah, it's all paid off. You know, he fought back strong, the horse, and you know, he's invariably when he's got to the front, he's always hung on. He did that in the Guineas in Sydney, and again in the Derby, and today again he's a tough bugger. When he gets to the front, he lays down and has a